This episode, we take a helicopter deep into our mountain camp. I'm joined by my brother Joe Flutie and good friend Jack from Hunting and Fishing New Zealand. We're hunting for two of the most elusive creatures you'll find in these mountains. And we're doing it with a bow and arrow. Stay tuned and welcome back to another episode Out There Doing It with J.E. Wilds, brought to you by your local hunting and fishing store. I'm J.E. Wilds, a hunting guide that lives down in the pristine landscapes of New Zealand. Join my team and I on our dream hunts as we hunt the wild places our wilderness has to offer. Big ice cube in there. Well, good morning guys. We've got an absolutely stunning day today. You can see all the colours. The sun hasn't come up yet, but we've been awake for hours. We got woken up last night by a pack of Kias coming into camp and destroying our camp. I poked my head out my tent door and my gaiters had been pulled out, strewn all over the freaking flat. Jack has been awake since 11:45 last night. I feel like I had a pretty good sleep considering. I did wake up a lot, but my watch is telling me I had a sleep score of 79, which is actually not too bad. Way better than I thought, considering some nights you get like 20 to 30 sleep scores. Feeling not too bad, but we've got a cracker morning. We've just got a coffee brewing, everything's frozen. Just have a look around, man, like take that in. That is pretty freaking spectacular.
Caught up with a few critters, a handful of good bucks and a few tahr. We should go check out this country that we looked at on the first night this morning and see what it looks like with the sun up. Tonight I think we should have a stake out and see if we can catch it with that big boy.
Hopefully we can find something that we want to make a stalk on today. We've got fresh tracks up in there. There's a big snow patch just on the edge of the tussock. There's fresh tracks running up and down it. That's exactly where we're going to be going, so we'll be able to look down both sides. Looks like some more fresher tracks since yesterday anyway. With any luck, the animal might be nearby. I might go red stag. You want a red stag? Yeah, man.
So how long have you been training as a barrister?
Oh, probably most of my life. Not any good at it, but
Smells pretty good.
It's not my doing. Yeah.
High for the morning. We'll put one last shot through with a broadhead to make sure the sharpie ones go the same as the
pointy ones.
Points.
Perfect, mate. That's alright.
It's better to go into it feeling confident. Trust your process, and the majority of the time it seems to work out alright. Found a real good chamois bedded down on the bluffs over here, and he's looking down as though there were does in there. So he got up and he kind of quickly sidled around and he's gone down one of these tussock fingers. Yeah. What do you reckon the best plan is, Joe?
He looked like a pretty good buck though, man. We didn't really get time to put the camera on him or anything like that. It looked like he was looking down, like down into the valley, looking at some other animals. Right in the peak of the rut at the moment, so I would not be surprised if there's does down there. He ended up getting up and he ran down out of sight, so I'm sort of thinking if we can just get to one of these points and just keep glassing our way down point after point and just looking down below us in the valley, hopefully we can pick him up. You know, the ultimate thing would be if he crossed onto our side of the valley, because that's full stalkable in here with the bow. So it's been a pretty unproductive morning, guys, but I finally found some animals and it looks like a freaking good one too. Got a real steady wind. You can probably hear that wind coming straight up the valley. It's like a super still day, but we've got some solid thermals coming up. Everything's looking pretty good for a stalk. What do you guys think? Should we head to that next point just over there? Start looking down below us? Opening up that country directly below us? Yep. Joe?
Yeah, boy.
Let's do it.
Yeah, man.
he's across the valley, and we're all getting ready on him. Just below us, I look down, this frickin' doe is coming right up onto us. Man, how close was she? 30?
Less, 20, less.
You reckon? Yeah. She's just ducked down on that edge. You know, one good thing about that, we've now got a fresh doe trail running right past us.
Yeah. Should see what that buck's doing.
Yeah. That was awesome, man. How cool was that?
Good spotting, Joe.
Oh, I was just getting the camera ready to show you guys the buck. I looked down and she was coming straight up at us.
That's awesome.
You could probably see the tops of our heads over the tussock. That is so cool, man. That's awesome. Oh, another one below.
Oh, no.
That's that young one. Yeah, try it, see what happens.
Me. How cool is that? Those two chamois here. I'll tell you. 33 yards. That's why we came here. You know, this is big, daunting country, especially with a bow. And these are the kind of opportunities that don't come along every day, so this is just epic. Obviously, we're not going to do anything because they're still young animals, but like Joe said earlier, there's a chance that buck might follow the scent through our way, so just awesome to see these guys so close, eh?
Watch him, see where he goes. Watch him and see where he goes. If he starts to come over here, I can go down there.
100%.
Yeah, he's just this side of it now. He's looking across to where that doe come up. Watch him duck down into that gut and then we'll go and sit on that doe's trail. We've just watched the buck come right down into the bottom here. It looked like he saw that doe come up and over the ridge, so Jack's gone down to set up. We're going to follow him down and we're going to sit just back a little bit. Everything's pointing out that that buck's going to come and walk that same trail. So.
Oh, he spotted something. Oh, no.
Let's get down there. I sit back here, you go down there.
Okay. How far is that point? The furthest bush is 50 yards. There's 3 bushes in a row. The furthest one is 50, and the next two are a bit closer, they're at 40. And that's at 27 yards, so this is a great ambush spot. The wind is in our favour. He's probably going to come up here with his nose to her tracks. But it's hunting. There's no guarantees, and he's just as likely to pop up here, so we've just got to be ready for anything. Whenever you're setting a little ambush point, use the time leading up to it. It's really important that you take a few pre-ranges so you know the distance. It might be the difference between getting a shot away or not because you're certain what the distance is. Sometimes you don't have time to range find the animal. I've been using my Leopold. I read 1600 for about 8 years now. And it's great because it compensates for these angles. You can't really see it, but it's a bit of a downhill shot here.
starting to see a few more animals on the move this evening. What we're going to do is stay on this side of the ridge. We've got a ridge dropping down below us. We're going to stay on this side of it here. Look down each little finger as we go. We're going to get round the back side and we're going to come back up on the opposite side. And on the opposite side is where that buck came up into. So with any luck, he's just up halfway up the face and we'll be able to sneak down on him. Or at least get a look at him, because we never did see him after he crossed down the bottom through that gully. So we reckon he's over here somewhere. But it's getting to the time of night where things are starting to move around. We had a young bull tar skyline himself up on that ridge you can see behind me. We're having a few more animals pop up here and there. With any luck, we're going to see some pretty good animal movement pretty shortly. Such a nice ridge. We've just come to the end of it here. Really good bush edge that runs down into some pretty heavy native. There's nothing about glass along in his face here. Nothing. We're going to come across something sooner or later. Pretty unsuccessful evening, guys. We've done our loop right round. We just saw that same mob of chamois across the valley here. But that's it, man. Pretty disheartening, really. We're looking into some freaking amazing country, some absolutely stunning country.
Well, you know, we had opportunities, but we're not here to shoot youngsters and young does and things, you know, so how cool was that though?
Oh man, if only that buck had kept coming and followed her trail, it could have been a different story. Yeah, tomorrow's another day though, guys. In the meantime, we're gonna enjoy the sunset, make our way back to camp, have a hot meal, but we've got a big day tomorrow. We've got a plan already. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
For this trip here, guys, we knew camp was going to be really high elevation. A couple of small tarns that we could see on Google Earth, but we weren't sure if there was going to be water in them. So this trip was all about really managing our water sources. We had water for the first 2 days and then it ended up just drying up completely. 2 tarns, bone dry. Our backup plan, because we were so high, we didn't want to have to hike all the way down into the rivers to collect water, so our backup plan was to bring in a few more gas canisters with the plan on melting snow. Where there's snow, you can always get water. You need to allow for the extra cooking time by taking in more gas canisters than you would normally need. Another really good tip too is when you're boiling snow, always start off with a little bit of water in the bottom of your cooker. It helps the snow melt a lot quicker and it protects your cooker from actually melting. That's how we've been doing our water for the last 3 days, just melting snow. So next time you're in the mountains or wherever you are, think about where you're going to get water from. Think about how you're going to manage it. And that's this episode's field tip, brought to you by Local Hunting and Fishing.
Quite a lot of fresh chamois tracks, guys. So I'm walking right through here. They must have been moved through the night, or... What do you got?
On this ridge line, and the sun facing away from us, bedded down. Can't see what it is, but it's pretty close. Just bedded in that edge of the tussock. There's just one little spot of tussock that it's on.
Got a chamois bedded down, guys. Good spotting, Jack.
Joe, one thing I will say is I'm pretty glad that we've got these jackets up here. These Red Valiance jackets. You guys haven't hardly taken yours off in the morning or night. You know, the other day when we got caught in that snow, that snowstorm, we stayed completely dry. They've got a Pertex outer, and that combined with the welded baffles rather than the stitching means that you've got a perfectly waterproof layer. They're quite a specialised item. We don't sell lots and lots, but if you're coming up into this mountain environment, they are essential. Most of the hunting and fishing stores carry them. If your local store doesn't, can easily get them in.
I still think we should head to this rock here, glass down below us, and see what we see. If we see nothing down there, then I wonder if it is worth us going over to that next point. We haven't been there yet. It's all new country.
Potentially where that chamois is bedding and that dropping down into that front could be quite nice warm country. It's real frosty overnight, so You know, it wouldn't surprise me if there are a few critters holed up there.
We've got some more chamois tracks just on that little ridge in front of us. From a distance you can tell by the way that the snow's kicked. It's sort of showing us which direction it's travelling, so it's actually walking down that ridge. First chamois was over here, but this is a new one. Looks like it's going out to our right. Just spotted a bull down here. He looks like a pretty good bull through the camera. We're gonna put the spotter on him. Jack's just found another one. There's 2 bulls and it looks like they're rutting down there. What do you reckon about those bulls, Joe?
Yeah, real nice to see, eh? Pretty cool to see him staunch walk off down across the flats.
Middle of the day too, eh?
Yeah, man. 12:12. Just on the wander, checking out for some shenanigans. Looks like a good bull, Jack.
That is a good bull. We should get to that point there.
Get to that point. Let's go to that point. He's just out of sight.
That's the downdraft I was talking about. As soon as he ducked out into the gutter, we got across there. But I knew as soon as I saw those tracks in the gutter, they would have to come above him. And I can feel the wind on my face while I'm talking to you. We didn't really have a chance. He was 35 yards-ish. We'll have to try find another one.
Awesome job, Jack. That was a good talk. Thanks, man. That in itself is a pretty big achievement to get that close to a West Coast bull, eh?
There's a bush here that I got him behind, and then I wanted to block his head.
Yeah.
So I could range his ass.
Yeah.
Draw, step out.
Yeah.
He was kind of, he wasn't completely broadside, but perfect for the shot.
Yeah.
But,
I got a little bit of video of him.
did you?
Yeah. That's where he was, eh?
When you see the kind of terrain that these animals live in, you can't help but respect them. You know, they wander around here day or night, and we do our best not to slip and slide all over the place during the day. It's crazy country, this.
There's Joe.
Joe's waving. I hope he doesn't get angry and throw rocks now.
How was that? Exciting?
I lost about 3 litres of gravy coming down that hill.
How close you get?
We didn't get a clear range on him, but the bush he was next to was 35.
Oh,
That's bow hunting, eh?
man, I was sitting up there watching it happen and I was like, oh, go boys, go, go, go. That was pretty exciting from my view, man.
He had an awesome cape on him.
Yeah.
They got big golden mane all the way down.
That was unreal.
Yeah.
From my view, that was unreal. So I can't even imagine what you guys saw.
You enjoyed, Joe?
Yeah. Yeah, good fun.
Epic stalk nonetheless, so.
Well, how good is this place?
Joe, that's cool, man. Get him or not, I can't complain with a stalk like that.
Man, that was pretty epic, man.
So it doesn't always pan out the way you want it to pan out, guys. It's the nature of hunting, it's the nature of the beast. But remember, you always learn from the experience, and what you learn you can take across to the next encounter you find yourself in. I want you to drop in the comments if you want to see Jack back with the bow.
Thanks to you guys for putting up with me traipsing around the snow, and yeah, hopefully we get to do it again.
We got some unfinished business with some bull tar.
I just want to shout out my 2 boys at home, Cody and Adam. I really hope that when they're in their teens and they can hold up for themselves, that this place will be available for me to bring them to, and there's still animals cruising around these hills, because what we've got is precious and we've got to look after it. Hopefully get you out to you boys. I've just looked across and there's a bull tar just climbing. He's about to step up on the top of that peak over there. It looks like not a bad bull from here.
Do you want to see Jack succeed with his bow? Comment below. Thanks for watching, guys.